You said your coaching is with an emphasis on software developers with ADHD. Can we touch on the ADHD part a little bit?
Yeah.
So tell me why ADHD?
Well, it's because I have ADHD, and I didn't discover that until I was in college. I was on my way to toward failing out and being fired from that testing job. When I finally sought some help and started learning about what this meant for me, and getting help with that and recognizing what I was struggling with and starting to look at ways to manage that completely turned my life around. I went from being a terrible student to a passing one, and from a not great employee to a great one. And that it was so life-changing for me. But I also recognize that a lot of the advice out there for being more productive and things like that is not very helpful for people with ADHD. It tends to be kind of all at once, or it tends to be particularly difficult with folks with ADHD. So I found very early on that talking openly about having ADHD was something that was really compelling for people who also had ADHD. Even if they're not coming to me to specifically focus on that, it helps to work with someone who understands, and so also understands why some things work better than others.
Okay.
Yeah. And some strategies are more likely to be effective than others. And sometimes we have to get really granular with things, whereas somebody without ADHD can maybe take something a little more ambiguous and run with it. Someone with ADHD needs to kind of drill down a little more and not take it all as one big thing.
That's really awesome. I'm glad you mentioned that, because ADHD, I feel like it's on the rise, and it could just be more awareness now that we just know more now about, the symptoms and how to deal with this, right? It's not something that, honestly, growing up, I didn't even know what it was. And I see some characteristics in me that point to I may have it, I don't know. And I won't insult, those that actually are diagnosed, because it's a real thing. So it's tough, but recognizing that, you have ADHD, or, are on the spectrum somewhere, definitely helps you to get the support that you need, and absolutely helps you figure out how to deal with life, with work, with relationships, right? Because it has such a big impact. Of course, it has nothing to do with tech,